Hello lovely children, welcome back to your English class. Children, today's date is 27th of July 2020, Monday. Today is Monday. Now children, today we are going to start a new chapter, lesson 2, the tsunami. But before that children, I want to introduce you all a new practice that we are going to start today. Also, we will follow the same in the coming videos. That is, now in every video we will discuss and we will see a new English word with their meaning, and I request you all to please try to use the same word in your daily vocabulary, in your speaking, while writing something. It will definitely improve your vocabulary. Yes children? So if you can see at the board, word of the day. Today's word is inculcate. See the spelling children, INCULCATE. Inculcate. Yes, it's a verb. Verb is a action word. Now, what is the meaning of inculcate? What do you mean? What do you understand by the word inculcate? Inculcate children is instill or implant any habit, any idea or attitude within yourself. Yes, we should not inculcate bad habits within ourselves. We should always try to inculcate good manners, good habits within us. So this is today's word, inculcate. Okay children? Also, children, if you have come across any new word, any good word which you think we can use in our daily vocab, or you want to share that word with your class, with your classmates, with your friends, so you can just write down your name. Okay, for example, Parth Dadich. Yes, word of the day, write down the word in title case and the meaning of that word and send it to me on my personal WhatsApp number. I will see the word, and if I find the word good or appropriate, like sharing the word with the class, I can definitely take your word and add it in my coming videos with your name. So fine children, so that is a new practice we have started from today, and we will follow it in the coming videos. Now children, if you can see, recap. In the previous video, we have completed the verse, the ant and the cricket, adapted from Aesop's fable. Yes, you have seen the animation. It was a story about a young silly cricket. Yes, who enjoyed, who enjoyed each and every second. Yes, in summers, he never collected a crumb for the difficult times, for winters, and at last he went to the ant to borrow some food. Fine? So that was the story. We have seen the new words, we have done the question answers. Now today's topic. As I already said, today we are going to start lesson 2, the tsunami. Now if you can see in your book children, the chapter is divided in 3 sections. Okay, so today we will read and try to understand section 1, that is given on page number 27 and 28. We will do the reading, we will see the new words, also we will do the comprehension check. Okay, that is the true and false. Now today's assignment will be, as you know, always you start the new chapter exercises by writing new words. So you have to write down the new words and complete page number 27 exercise true false in your book. Now children, I request you all to please open your books. Page number 25. I'm so sorry children, that is not page number 27, that is page number 25 and 26. 27 is the comprehension check. Okay. Now see children, this chapter. Yes, the tsunami. Okay. So we are going to start reading section 1. Page number 25. A tsunami is a very large and powerful wave caused by earthquakes under the sea. Tsunami, an extremely huge wave caused by the violent shaking of earth, that is known as earthquake. Yes children, now see very carefully the spelling of tsunami. It starts with T and T is silent here. On 26th of December 2004, a tsunami hit Thailand and parts of India such as the Andaman and Nicobar Islands and the Tamil Nadu coast. Here are some stories of courage and survival. Now children, in section 1, you will come across 5-6 very little short stories of the survival of people who survived, okay, during tsunami, just because of their courage and presence of mind. Now, did animals sense that a tsunami was coming? Some stories suggests that they did. Yes. Now, maybe you find it a little strange, but children, that is true that animals have a special sense. They can feel, yes, in prior if any mishappening is about to come. Okay. Now see section 1. These stories are all from the Andaman and Nicobar archipelago. Yes, archipelago. See children, it's given in your glossary part also at the side of this page. Now the spelling is A-R-C-H-I, but the pronunciation is arca. It's not archi or archie. Please pay attention here. The correct pronunciation is archipelago. And what does it mean? A group of many islands and the surrounding sea. Now see the first story of a brave man. Ignatius was the manager of a cooperative society in Cochin. His wife woke him up at 6 a.m. because she felt an earthquake. Ignatius carefully took his television set off his table and put it down on the ground so that it would not fall and break. Then the family rushed out of the house. That was the day, 26th of December. Ignatius' wife felt an earthquake and he woke him up, his husband Ignatius. Ignatius, what he did? He took his television set, okay, from the table and put it on the ground. And the whole family went out of the house very immediately. When the tremors stopped, they saw the sea rising. Tremors, a slight shake, okay, a slight earthquake. What they saw, that the sea waves were rising and rising. In the chaos and confusion, everything was messed up there. People were running here and there. Chaos, it's not chaos or chaos, it's chaos. In the chaos and confusion, 2 of his children caught hold of the hands of their mother's father and mother's brother and rushed in the opposite direction. He never saw them again. Both the children, maybe they swept away. Okay. His wife was also swept away. Fine. Ignatius' wife also swept away. 2 children swept away. Only the 3 other children who came with him were saved. It means total 5 children were there. 2 children swept away. 3 children, okay, those who were holding the hand of Ignatius only were saved. Now turn the page, page number 26. Okay, so this was one story, first story of Ignatius. Now second, Sanjeev was a policeman serving in the Cochin Island of the Nicobar group of islands. He somehow managed to save himself, his wife and his baby daughter from the waves. But then he heard cries for help from the wife of John, the guest house cook. Sanjeev jumped into the water to rescue her, but they were both swept away. Okay, Sanjeev tried to save 2 more lives, but unfortunately, both the people, husband and wife, they swept away. So this story was of the courage of Sanjeev. Now see the third one. 13-year-old Meghna, just like your age, 13-year-old Meghna was swept away along with her parents and 77 other people. Imagine, children, the number 77. She spent 2 days floating in the sea, holding onto a wooden door. Imagine. Okay, the 13-year-old girl was lying on the wooden floor, and the wooden floor was what? Floating. Without water, without food, she survived just because of her willpower for 2 days. 11 times she saw relief helicopters overhead, but they did not see her. Just imagine. She was brought to the shore by a wave and was found walking on the seashore in a daze. Seashore, children, is the outline, okay, of the sea and the ground of the earth. That is the seashore. In days like when we lost, our thinking ability, what to do and what not to do. Okay, that is days. So that is the story of Meghna. Next, Ems Javed was 10 years old. She was a student of Carmel Convent in Port Blair, where her father had a petrol pump. Her mother Rahila's home was in Nankauri Island. The family had gone there to celebrate Christmas. When the tremors came early in the morning, the family was sleeping. Oh my God. See, Alma's father saw the sea water recede. Recede is go back and back, going back, receding. Recede and precede. Yes, he understood that the water would come rushing back with great force. Just before tsunami, the water goes back, and again in a few minutes, with 100 times more power, the same water comes back in the form of tsunami. He woke everyone up and tried to rush them to a safer place. As they ran, her grandfather was hit on the head by something and he fell down. Her father rushed to help him. Then came the first giant wave. Giant is very big. Giant wave that swept both of them away. Alma's father and aunt stood clinging to the leaves of a coconut tree, calling out to her. A wave uprooted the tree. Just because of the giant wave, the tree also got uprooted, fell down, and they too were washed away. Alma saw a log of wood floating. She climbed onto it. Then she fainted. Okay? When she woke up, she was in a hospital in Kamota. From there, she was brought to Port Blair. The little girl does not want to talk about the incident with anyone. She is still traumatized. What is traumatized? Greatly shocked and distressed. So children, here, how many stories we have seen? We have seen 5 stories. See, one is Ignatius' story, Sanjeev's story, Meghna's story, and Alma's story. 4 stories we have seen here. Now if you can see, children, page number 27, comprehension check. Say whether the following are true or false. So these 5 statements, children, you have to read it very carefully according to the text that we have just read. Okay? And you have to complete that. This is your today's assignment, children. You have to do it in your book. Okay? And fine. See, the words which I have highlighted, most of the words are already given in the glossary part. So the new words for today are, very quickly I am going to write it down. Tsunami, seashore, days, recede. Yes, all these 4 words, are the new words of section 1. That 4 words you have to write it down as new words of section 1 in your fair notebook. Okay, so two assignments, children. One is the new words and the second one the true and false, that you have to do it in your book. So that's it today for today's video, children. We'll meet again in the next video and we'll start doing section 2. Till then, take care of yourself. Have a nice day. Bye.